Episode 52 this week, Bread and Circuses. This was a horrific mess of an episode. Well, the Enterprise, they are looking for this merchant ship, or a freighter or some sort of thing. They find wreckage, but no bodies in the wreckage. So they're like, maybe they're on that planet. So Kirk, Spock, and McCoy beam down to the planet, and apparently the planet mirrors Rome from the 20th century, which was weird because it was like Roman from way before that, but updated with television and radio and so forth. They run into like one of the people from the ship they were looking for. He's trying to tell them he's like a slave or some sort of thing, and they've been captured. And then the Romans show up and they arrest him. They're like, look at this guy, he's an alien. And Spock's like, oops. And then the rest of the episode, they keep saying that they had to protect Prime Directive when all the people on the planet knew that the people they enslaved were from outer space. They already knew it. They were openly discussing it. Kirk would openly discuss phasers and communicators, but then say that they couldn't discuss anything that would tip off that they're from off that world because violate the Prime Directive, even though they knew it. It made no sense at all. They had these gladiator games on TV, fights to the death. They used the people from the ship that survived against the Romans. Then they put Spock and McCoy in there. Spock and McCoy get into this battle of death, and they start trading jokes back and forth. They're like, let's throw in the comedy in this fight to the death between Spock and Bones. Spock rescues Bones, and then they take Kirk and they're going to make him watch one of the guys that helped try to save them in the beginning fight in one of these games. He's going to be a judge, apparently. They were mad at Kirk because he called Scotty and told him condition green, which apparently means we're in danger, but don't do anything. So Scotty's hands were tied. They didn't want to violate the Prime Directive, even though he was just violating it using the communicator, which the Romans had given him back. They're like, here's your communicator, call the ship. So they knew. They really knew. But while he's getting ready to judge these, Spock and McCoy, they're having a banter. McCoy's trying to thank Spock for saving him. Spock's like, I don't understand gratitude, even though he's expressed gratitude on countless occasions. And Scotty's like, well, I can't blow up the planet or send armed guards down. I'll just knock out their electrical field. Turn off the power. That'll show them what a starship can do. How they would have known it happened from the starship, he didn't say. What it was supposed to do, he didn't know. But it enabled Kirk to run away. He ran away. And he goes to let Spock and McCoy out of their cell. And the captain of the ship, which had joined up with the Romans, gets there, tosses Kirk the key, and then he gets stabbed. Gets stabbed to death. Then they beam up. Get beamed up right in front of them, even though they weren't supposed to use their technology that they had been using the whole episode, unless the Romans who knew all about this technology discovered it. And they didn't actually do anything. They didn't really do anything. They never explained what the mission was on the planet. Were they supposed to find and rescue the people from the ship? Were they supposed to check for Prime Directive violations? They didn't really say. It was very unclear. I don't think the episode knew. It was just unclear the whole time. Mess of an episode. Some interesting note. Oh, the last thing was they kept saying that they were worshippers of the sun. And they said, that's odd. The Romans didn't worship the sun. And this mirrors the Roman Empire on Earth, only with televisions and radios and machine guns and so forth. Updated Roman Empire, they kept calling it. And so when they're like, it's weird that they were sun worshippers, Uhura is like, I don't think you get it. I've been listening to the radio. It's referencing the Son of God, not the sun in the sky. And they're like, oh, oops. And then the episode just ended. Kind of weird. Some interesting notes on this one. No Sulu. George Takei was still filming Green Berets when this one got filmed. This is the episode that made all the blooper reels, because when the guards are chasing Kirk and Spock and McCoy, the actor portraying the Roman guard slipped past his mark and went sliding across the floor, and they were all laughing at him. Surprisingly, they use that in the show. They, of course, edited it, but you can see the guy start to slide across, and that's the one they put in there. Years later, they had blooper reels, and you could see the whole slide and fall thing with the regular actors laughing at the guy. Scotty, a big part of the episode. He was in charge of the ship. Uhura was in it a decent amount. That's basically it.